check. Check. You can hear the music, yeah? I'm back home today. All right, sweet. Let me get some coffee. One sec. Wrong camera. Check out what I use as a cup. Now, what's going on with the... One second here. Now that we're back home, I gotta change this shit every time. It's annoying. Yeah. A better quality? Wait. Oh, wow, that's huge. We don't need that. We don't need that much zoomed in. We can just use that. We don't need the full. We don't need 4K, do we? On the video, do we? There we go. Sweet. Right. Close my messages. Oh. Hold on. Let me make this a bit smaller. I'll make it smaller. Fuck, you see that thing popping out? I gotta make it smaller, bro. Come on. Oh god, that's annoying. I'm just gonna do this. How do I make it smaller, bro? Seriously, like this is fucked. See how like it just flashes for a second. It doesn't allow me to make it smaller, does it? Oh, maybe it is. Okay, I'm retarded. Okay. Yeah. Space and time with you. There we go. Right. Am I in buys or sells? You should be able to see on the screen, bro. Camera shit. Okay. What's up, Nibba? Yeah, we're doing fine. We already made a bag. We already realized, so we need to make 100 a day, basically, right? 100 a day in order to survive, okay? I am home, obviously. I do have, like, it's fucking pouring rain outside, so I'm like, well, why would I sleep outside today, right? But I did go yesterday, and I bought a bunch of gear, like some solid camping gear. I'm letting this run. The reason I closed a trade was because, so I took two positions, right? And you know, it doesn't matter the size of your contracts, okay? These are micros, okay? These are micros. So I took two. Reason being is I wanted to close half here and I wanted to close the other half up here, okay? So we're letting it run because I believe there's a good chance that we bounce off of these levels, right? So if we do go below again, I'm going to add more here, okay? I'm willing to add more here. Right? And then we'll do something along those lines, right? Something along those lines, right? And I'm willing to add more here. No. One day. Yeah, somewhere here. Probably buy two there on that one. Okay. And then that way, you know, we already have our trade. I'm perfectly happy to let this run, right? 4,500, which would it be, right? I only need, yeah, that would make us pass basically right there. If it comes up, it's going to make us pass the top step challenge, right? And potentially we bounce right here. So two things that can happen right now is we can hold this zone, right? But because we had this bearish close, you know, it might come down for another level, right? So that's why we closed out half here on the open, okay? Blocked in our 100 bucks, right? And then we're gonna let the rest see what it wants to do here. The righteous side of heaven. So we got two options. This is our zone, right? And it's right at our entry anyways. Or we can do the bigger zone, right? Which is this. Do the bigger zone, which is this, okay? Okay. Two options for longs. We're going to draw our upper side as well, okay? We're going to look at weeklies. There's nothing on the weekly. Everything's tested on the daily. We just looked at that. Those are all tested now, right? But we can still use them. The only levels are here. Can I move this thing? We'll move this up. On the wrong side of heaven, and the right side Righteous side of hell. So we got a level there. Okay. This is all tested. Yeah. That's pretty well that. So our upper zone would be here. Right? This is our upper zone, okay? There you go. Live will be random time in New York. Yeah, it's whenever I'm feeling alert and ready to be full of energy. You know what I mean? I woke up nice and early today, took some trades already, and then I'm free for another 2 hours, right? So I have meetings throughout the day, right? Ugh, what the fuck is that? Well, here, I'll show you guys real quick. I have meetings throughout the day, right? So, and then I got my evening times, interviews, right? Interviews, podcasts. We do stand up stuff, right? Different meetings. Last week, right? Different meetings. Look at this, so many meetings, right? So it depends. So I'm free till, what is this, 9? I have an hour. Yeah, I have an hour, so we'll be good. We can stream for an hour here. Do you ever write covered calls? I don't even know what that is, actually. For real, strategy is a problem of the trader, getting profitable, risk management, psychology, and loss. So I had a really awesome talk with Wisdom. He's one of our Nigerian affiliates. Last night we did a space on X. Unfortunately, it was not recorded. I can give you the cliff notes though, maybe. It was psychology versus, like, mindset versus trading system, or how did he put it? Technicals versus mindset. I think that's what he's called it, right? And you know, the main points, the main takeaways was how, like, first of all, psychology is 100% of everything, and I have proof, okay? Let's say I can prove that trading is 100% psychology. 0% of it is technicals, okay? Because let's say you enter a trade and you don't know for sure with data, proven by data, that is a profitable trade, okay? Then you are gambling and you have a mindset issue, okay? So you are a degenerate, okay? Does that make sense? So if you ever don't know for sure what direction it's going to go on average, okay, you have a psychology issue. So when do you have a trading system issue? Does not exist. There's no such thing as a trading system issue, okay? Unless, so because why? Because why would you be trading an unprofitable system? Okay, so all you have to do is, okay, determine, is my system profitable by backtesting? And if you don't do that, well, again, you have a psychology issue. So there's no such thing as having a trading system issue or a trading plan issue or a technicals issue. The only reason why you lose money, is because you have a psychological issue, right? And you're trying to gain money and you're trying to cover pain of losses or boost your ego, okay? Boom, proven, okay? Now then, there's two cases where you're going to be fucking up psychologically. One is you're trying to boost your ego, right? And two is you're trying to cover losses from a losing streak, okay? So we'll start with the latter. Covering losses from a losing streak. Why? We have to ask ourselves, these are all the cliff notes from the talk yesterday. Why are we trying to cover the losses? Well, because trading is a habit that we formed that makes us feel good about ourselves when we win, right? I'm just summarizing here really quickly. So when we lose, we go into over trading mode because we're trying to make ourselves feel good because we've developed a habit, right? So we have to remove that habit from our processes, right? We have to find something else that makes us feel good after we've taken a loss, okay? In the case that, you know, you're trying to just make money, you've come in and you don't have any losses, for example, and you're not emotionally attached to a losing streak, and you're just coming in fresh and new and happy and trying to make some money, and you go into the system and you're basically gambling because one, we've already talked about how you would never take a trade unless you know for sure it's a profitable trade, right? We've already discussed this, right? Then what you're doing is you're putting value on getting rich quick, right? And the issue with that is that's not how you trade. The process of trading is a long emotional journey, right? If you want to play the game right, you don't look at the scoreboard, you don't look at the money, right? If you want to play basketball, what do? You play the game. You look at the ball. You don't look at the scoreboard. You don't care about the score because you want to play the best to your ability, right? And the whole point of trading is to play to the best of your ability. So how do you develop systems for yourself that allow you to play the game better, right? Well, you have to change your belief system. You don't set goals, and this was a major talking point. And then I'm gonna finish talking about this shit because it's all stuff I said yesterday. People like to set goals, like I want to make a payout, right? Or I want to make 3% this month, or hey, I want to be a profitable day today. Okay, these are fucking retarded ideas. Do not set goals. Setting goals is a certain way that you will fucking ruin your trading career. You know why? Because once you hit the goal, boom, dopamine hit. I'm happy, and now I can be a degenerate gambler again, right? What you do is there's three things you can do when trying to change your who you are and and your outcome of life, okay? One is you set a goal. A good situation to set a goal is, hey, I would like to run a marathon. Boom. Boom. Run the marathon, stop running. I am not a runner. I ran a marathon. That was my goal. I completed it, okay? Two, you can set habits and you can create habits. Hey, I'd like to go for a run once a week, right? Boom. You've now set habit and you've developed that habit, okay? Three, you change your beliefs. I am a runner, right? If you change your beliefs somehow, you now believe that you are a runner and you go for a run every day, right? You don't have to have it as a habit, okay? So where does this relate to trading? Well, one, you could set a goal of getting a payout. That's retarded because you're going to gamble. You're going to get the payout and then you're going to fuck it up even further, okay? Two, you can make it a habit to trade every day. Well, that doesn't really help you. Maybe you make it a habit to be disciplined every day, right? Well, that doesn't really help you because, again, it's better, but it's inconsistent. I have the habit of being somebody who closes their trades early, right? Closes their trades early when in drawdown. I have the habit of walking away when I'm in losses. That's great. Good progress, right? The habit is then a means to derive the last one, okay? The last one is a belief system that I am a disciplined trader that closes his trades when he needs to, right? I am somebody who plays the game right, and I am somebody who doesn't give a fuck about the money. And that's the only way that you're going to make money as a trader, is if you believe that you are somebody that plays the game rather than tries to make money. Boom. Can you draw my stop loss and TP? I don't really have one. You guys ask questions that I don't really follow. I drew zones, okay? That's what you need to know. You can figure out how to trade yourself, okay? Right? I drew zones that this is where there's going to be reactions, okay? You can determine how to trade yourself. I'm not gonna, this is not a signal group. Nice. Those are some good clips. I wish, man, you got the clips from the speech, because it was really good, a really good speech. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a lot of more rants like that, because I do a lot of reading into psychotherapy and psychology and whatnot, and trauma healing and whatnot, right? Like we all have like issues from our childhood and whatnot, and so I put a lot of work into therapy and fixing my mind, right?
Some tips to stay in proper psychology and control dopamine.
Yeah, cool. Let's check it out. But yeah, this stuff, it's surprisingly super correlated to trading. So it's interesting. Being a teacher is the best way to learn. That's actually fucking banging advice, by the way. When I was in school, I would learn enough so that I could teach the kid next to me, and then that's how I knew I was ready for the test. Like if I just learned it and like tried to lock it in my brain, it was not very good. It wasn't secure. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this looks like it's gonna maybe come down even further. I'm gonna leave them going though, just because like it could. I don't want to close it and then it reverse, right? Like it's not super strong momentum to the downside, but it is closing, so I believe it's going to come for another low. I believe it will. I just don't want to get caught with a fucking pump. Like I'm pretty sure this is going to go long. I just don't know when. Give us some tips to stay in proper psychology and control dopamine. I wish I had the notes from yesterday, but right. There's a really good book you can read called Atomic Habits. If you want like an easier sort of read for how to create habits and what are habits. Like first of all, a habit is fix this a bit. A habit is something that you've developed over time that has proven to be helpful to cover pain, right? So a super obvious habit is brushing your teeth every day, right? So you brush your teeth every day, that's your habit. Why do you do that, right? It's because you have the pain of a dirty mouth, right? Like it doesn't have to be painful, but you're like, I don't like having a dirty mouth. That is pain. That is suffering rather, right? You're suffering in a mild state, right? So you fix the suffering, right? So habits are things that you've developed that are solutions to suffering, okay? So in the trading world where you overtrade, I like using overtrading because it's the most clear, obvious one that everyone seems to do, right? You go on tilt, right? You have you've developed a habit that when you make money from a trade, you feel good about yourself, right? So if we're breaking it down kind of step by step like this, right? Then you can start to use some logic here. And you can say, hey, well, why do I feel good about myself? So you just keep asking questions to yourself. Why do I feel good when I make money from trading? Well, because I believe that makes me a better person, maybe, right? I'm just kind of, you can kind of process this on your own, right? I believe that makes me feel smart, right? I believe that makes me feel more valuable because now I have more money, right? So there's two things in here. One, I'm smarter. And two, I have more money, so I must be more useful to people, right? So I'm now accepted more, and I feel now I have this ego trip of being a smart guy, right? So there's two things that come to me, right? When I get a trade, right? So ask yourself these questions, right? So that you can do one of two things here, or both, I suppose. I'm just kind of thinking. One is you can do work to change that belief system and say, hey, maybe losing money or making money doesn't actually mean shit about who I am because people still love me. You know what I mean? Like people still love me because maybe I have other attributes in my life. And this is why in a lot of my podcasts and whatnot, I talk about having other things in life so that when you're not so damaged by trading losses and your ego's not hurt so much, okay? So maybe you're a really caring guy that likes to cook too. Boom. Okay. Like maybe like, go cook, you can believe that you're still a good person. You can believe that you're still accepted that way. Right. And like let's say you want to sound smart. Well, like that was the other thing I mentioned. Well, fucking read books, right? Then you can still sound smart. You don't have to attribute profit as being a useful person, right? The next thing you can do is this is an actual thing that you can do, and it's helped me a lot when I've like in all areas of life, is when something is wrong and I feel like shit. Okay, hey, girl left me. Hey, I lost a bunch of money. Hey, I lost my job. I got evicted from a house. You know what I mean? Anything like this that just fucking sucks. What you do is you literally you talk to yourself and you say, hey, I feel bad. This is really good advice, by the way. This is really good advice. Anything that is terribly painful, you say, I feel bad and that's okay. You say it to yourself. Why does this work? Well, because when you feel bad, we're all fucking smart, intuitive people, right? So we want to fix the problem. So where do those habits form, okay? I was talking about habits before, right? Our habits form when we try to fix suffering. So we're trying to fix the pain of losing money by trading more. Because we've learned over time that trading makes us feel good and it fixes the suffering. So if I come in and I lose a bunch of money right now, right? And then I tell myself, hey, I just lost money and that's okay. Well, boom, now I don't have to fix the problem. There's no problem. It's okay to lose money. And if you say it out loud, you will believe it. And then you'll walk away and you'll come back tomorrow and you'll make money tomorrow. Boom, fucking great. I just solved your overtrading problem. All you have to do is tell yourself it's okay to lose.
You're a really inspiring man.
Thanks, guys. All you have to do is when something sucks, when you're suffering, you say, hey, it's okay to suffer. I don't need to fix the problem. You guys are going to notice that this is probably the best advice in like a simple form that you will ever hear in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because anything that goes wrong, you now have a solution to. You don't like, I can't tell you the number of times like, hey, I broke up with my girl or something like this, and then I've gone and just like fucking gone to the club, gotten fucked up, and then hooked up with somebody disgusting or something like this, and then regretted it all, and then that's a trauma response of trying to cover. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's not an exact example that's happened, but something along those lines, that you just try to cope with pain by doing something retarded that makes life worse. And it's like, okay, now you got AIDS, you know what I mean? Like I don't have AIDS, but you know what I mean? Like
why aren't you buying supercars or you don't like?
Why am I not buying supercars? I don't pay myself. You know why? Because I told myself it's okay not to be rich. You know what I mean? Like I have money. It's all sitting in fucking Bitcoin and Maven and shit. But it's like, I used to. I told myself, I said, hey, the more money I have doesn't make me a better person. It's okay to be poor. It's okay to be middle class, right? I just really enjoy the game of trading. I really enjoy my job. So I get paid well. It's okay to not spend the money because, hey, I don't need to fix the pain, right? I don't need to fix the pain of needing to be somebody. And this, again, boom, literally the same thing again. You tell yourself, hey, I'm having this craving to go spend fucking money and feel good because it's a shopping addiction, right? Shopping addiction is a negative habit, right? Because, hey, that makes us feel good because we're solving the problem of feeling worthless, right? So we go buy something cool and then we feel cooler. Hey, I got this cool new Rolex or whatever, right? Now I feel like a cool guy and people like me more. You're solving a problem. Hey, no, it's okay for people not to like me. Hey, no, it's okay to be poor. Just go slow with it. Enjoy the process, right? Fucking just sat down and just did like a fucking 30-minute lecture since just right off the dome. Those are some good clips, I think. Maven Shorts, you got.
Is taking a break after the tough psychological phase worth it?
Unfortunately, look at, I have a bunch of oil in my hair. I'm trying to thicken my hair up, and those were some really good clips. But I look like a fucking snake with all this oil in my hair. It's funny. I put what is it? There's a certain kind of oil that makes your hair it's getting thin. Look, it's getting thinner, right? It's got that W sort of shape forming. So, casually watching, and then bro says habits are things you develop that are solutions to suffering. Gotta say that's deep. Yeah, I fucking clip the shit out of that. Throw that everywhere. Hopefully, okay. I was a little lost for a couple months this summer. After I got back from traveling, I was like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? I was like, how does me showing you guys me making a bunch of money help you? You know what I mean? It just kind of I didn't see the point of it. You know what I mean? And I think I'm starting to see with this wholesome, go camping, live a humble life, right? Sort of the psychology thing. I've been reading lots of psychology books the past month. And hopefully I can give you guys some actually useful life advice, right? Because I've fucked up really bad my whole life, right? Different things. And I've been incredibly successful. I've had massive swings up and down, right? And hopefully I can give you something that actually is related to trading too, that will help your trading and your life. And I can see a lot of value in that. See, this is why I didn't want to exit there. It's retarded. It's just going to potentially come up immediately gained again. 1 million to $100 million. If you fail, you have to ball yourself. I won't fail. It's all fake. I just haven't released the reveal yet. It's all fake. I got, I think, 77% win rate or something, and then I just deleted the losers, basically. Man, I'm kind of starting to master my emotions, but from the start, my psychology was fucked up. I'm so fucked, blown hundreds of accounts. Jeez, yeah, wow, bro, that's wild. Yeah. Some actionable things that will help your brain work better, okay? Because you guys, if you want to, I've just kind of proven to you that, hey, psychology is 100% of this game, okay? Proven to you that if anyone disagrees, type in chat, right? And then we can debate it. But I believe I've proven that 100% of the trading skill is mindset, okay? So some practical things that are gonna help you is doing things that bring you peace, because when you're at peace, your brain is less chaotic, and you're going to be able to think slower and more clearly, and then you're going to be able to self-reflect easier, right? And you're going to be able to analyze these negative habits a little bit better, okay? So then you're going to be able to go and do the work that I told you. right? Hey, it's okay to lose, sort of thing, right? Because when you're freaking out, you're not going to be able to say that and believe it. So you need to first keep yourself calm and at peace. So what are some things that keep me at peace? I like making potions in the kitchen, like fucking beef jerky, ginger beer. I like making shit, right? That gives me peace. I feel like a little housewife on a farm. It's cute. Like I feel calm. I like looking at the stars, you know? I like having a bath. Those are things that I like. Some people like running. I fucking hate it, you know? I do not want to exercise to keep. Some people love exercising for peace. Exercise for me is fucking screamo music and fucking spitting on the floor. Okay? Nothing peaceful about fucking bench pressing 200 pounds while fucking grunting at a tiny little girl standing in the corner cowering, and I'm fucking drenched in sweat and then spray sweat all over. You're balding at 18, bro? Fuck. I mean, that's unfortunate. What I'd say, what I would do is if I'm balding at 18, you gotta fucking get used to that immediately. Because you're not like, for me, I'm in my 30s and I'm starting to thin, right? I'm gonna be able to like do a hair transplant, no problem. It should be fine, right? If you're balding like immediately, you're gonna be bald for life. You know what I mean? So fucking just shave it off and get used to it. And then rock the fucking like muscular fucking bald man look. Some girls love that shit. Some girls hate bald, but there's a good percentage that like I fucking love bald because it's super super masculine, right? Bald guys are seen as the most tough guys by general populace. Yeah, not a single person disagreed with my logic there. Right. Is this let's turn the music on and fucking let's hang out a bit. Fucking that was a big speech, eh? Let's just chill now, eh? You're getting the hair thing at 22, eh? Yeah. They say if you oh shit, a lot of chatting here, eh? They say if you whatever hair you have at 30 is what you're gonna have for your whole life. That's what they say. Use Adives hair oil. I use rosemary oil. One second. I use like this shit. One of those. This one actually. This one exactly. This one here. Rosemary help hair growth. Yes, there's evidence suggesting rosemary oil promotes hair growth. Some studies say it's as effective as modafinil, which is crazy. That's like fucking Rogaine. It works the same as Rogaine, so you can just get this for fucking $10. Yeah. Scam hair oil in India, huh? You're using rosemary water spray. There you go. Boom. Exactly. Yeah. The market does not look great this morning because of that 4-hour close. But we do have some major supports here, right? Oh yeah, we can do a giveaway. Sure, let's do a giveaway. Nice. After the speech, let's do a giveaway. Good timing. Good timing for it. You got me at a good time. 10K 3-step, nice. Okay, we're gonna do just type in plus Rosemary. Oh, Rosemary. Rosemary's a cute, like, farm girl name. You know what I mean? Like she would be cooking. She obviously should be a baker probably. But like a wholesome, like natural baker, you know what I mean? Like she would cook bread from fucking grinding wheat with a fucking mortar and pestle. Yeah, it's gonna pick Maven Shorts again, huh? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna spin it and then I gotta use the washroom. I'll be back in like a minute, okay? Spin it. Send these stones. Let's leave that there. Okay, I'll be right back. It looks like a winter day outside. Like it's just coated in rain. Okay, what do we got? The Real Homeboy, congrats. Open up a ticket in Discord, bro. You want a 10K 3-step, whatever it is. That's what's going on here. Ooh, doo 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 doo. Yeah, it's like not fucking great, hey boys. It's like not fucking great. It's not great. Alexa loves that accent, Scottish accent. I started learning Gaelic just because I thought it was cute for her. There's a word in Gaelic, or I guess a phrase. I don't know. There's something you can say in Gaelic, I suppose. It's the tasty ham, translated to the hamablasta. I like it. Oh, you're such a tasty ham. Oh, look at that hamablasta. As men, we all just want to be hamablastas, eh? You've left NQ. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a pimp and fucking like just catch the perfect trade, what you would have done here today is you would have bought this exact bottom, okay? And oh, of course, if you want to be a pimp, what you do is you buy the exact bottom. Yeah, duh. But why? Why that level? Right here, bro. Right here, bro. Okay? You could have done the same thing yesterday, too. Right there, boy. Hey, bro. You could have done that yesterday, too. Boom. And then do it today. Boom. Right? And now, do you want to do it again? You do the next level down. And you do the exact bottom, okay? And then you don't need to ride the whole thing. That's why I buy 2, right? I bought 2. I was like, okay, I'll close it here, and then I'll also close it up here, okay? 2. This one's perfectly fine with me. I'm going to let it run because I still believe that, you know, it'll be profitable. That trade will probably be profitable. Doesn't Kick pay you for the stream? No. No, I get little bits of income from social media, like maybe across the board, $100 to $200 a month, right? When I was big on YouTube, I made $6,000 a month on YouTube ads alone. When I was big on YouTube a few years back, $6,000 a month from only YouTube. And then I also ran like a multi-trader signal group thing that made a lot of money too. But it didn't do very well, so I had to shut it down because I didn't want to scam people. I was trying something. Yeah. Don't you still get anything from YouTube? Yeah, I mean, like I think I get like $100, $50, something like that. I'll show you in one sec. Dashboard. There you go. $57 for this month. Right. I'm not very popular anymore. I used to be. I'm trying to get back there, but it's very difficult when it's very difficult to build an audience when you don't lie to people. You know, and like sell fake dreams. You know what I mean? One of the people I respect is Trader Nick because he's been doing this for like fucking 10 years plus or whatever, and he's built a decent audience, being realistic, right? Yeah, and then Maven pays me, and then I do make money from trading, not a ton, right? Not tons because I don't like that's not my focus, and then I also invest. Right? Let me just roughly guess, right? Let me just roughly guess what I've made, and I'm only gonna do on since I've been on. I think if I calculate from the top step profits, I think it's most realistic. Let me just think. I'm trying to. So how much did I maybe make in the last year from trading? Because I started streaming on Top Step for you guys almost a year ago. So I think I buy 3 challenges a month-ish. Right? And then of that, 50% of them pass. So if we go 3 times 12, 36 challenges in a year, divided by 2 is how many passed? 18 pass. Okay. So that means 18 times $300. So that's the challenge fee plus the activation equals $5,400 in a year in those ones, and then the other ones would be plus divided by 2 plus 5,400. Okay. So this would be my total amount that I spent to top step in the past year, 8,000, 8,100, right? In challenges, okay? And then I've made... I don't know, I think... I honestly don't know. I think it's been like, if I had to just ballpark it, what would I just do? If I had to ballpark it, it'd be like 16 grand, something like that. So I about double my money. And then from my personal account, I've probably made like 3-4 grand. So let's say I made 20 grand last year from trading, roughly. That's it. When am I trading from the van again? I'll probably be in the van like 2 days a week. Okay? I'm not sure which 2 days. It'll kind of depend on the weather and my meetings and whatnot. And where I want to be. Probably Wednesday, Thursdays. Probably like midweek. We'll see. I'll smoke you out. Update the shop. The shop's fine for now. I'm not going to update anything until we have more viewers in here. And then, so... Maven... I don't know if... Can I tell you what Maven pays me? I might as well. I mean, like, I voted for this pay, right? Like, it's not like, you know... I mean, this is... I think... What is it? What do I even get paid? I think I get paid 7,500 US. That's it. A month. US dollars. Plus, so from trading, 20 divided by 12. Wait, oops. 20K divided by 12. 1.6K from trading. And then from social media, I probably make like another $200 or something, right? So we'll say.
Is the pay static or depends how much Maven grows?
I get a monthly bonus too, which is like a small percentage of profit. But then Maven just puts away shitloads of money, right? Like this is what like I don't pay myself very much. Nobody on the team makes much. You know what I mean? That's really crazy. 75K. So 18 like from trading and social media, 18K plus 7,500 equals I make 93 plus some bonuses per month ish across the board. So let's say, you know, I might make, you know, 13 after bonus. I might make 13K US, times that by 1.4, something like that to convert to Canadian. This is the Canadian value. That's probably what I make per month in Canadian ish. Which is like super low for what work I do, right? So somebody in my role at any other firm is probably making double that. But that's enough. That's tons. I don't need more than that shit. So who cares? 10K US is plenty to live off of. Yeah, this is kind of what I thought. It's going to push for a new low here. Right? Yeah, people live beyond their means. That's basically it. Is like you can live with basically anything, and that's what the kind of the van thing I'm trying to show you guys. Like it's pretty well possible to, you know, the reality is we're shooting for $100 a day, right? So you literally only you need one top set payout, right? What did I say? What did I say I was making from trading? I think it was like 1800 US or something like that. So times that by 1.4 to Canadian, right? There you go. That's like pretty much what I said I needed to survive, right? I think it's a little bit low, but it's basically accurate. The thing is, that number was solely from trading on, so 2,500 a month, trading solely from one account at a time on another prop firm. If you're also trading your own personal, it makes it way easier too, because I can just collect 100 and be fine, right? Any day, I just come in and be like, here's $100 easy, right? Yeah, they're pushing for that new low, and then we'll see if they buy it up, right? But this is the next level down if they go, and I'm perfectly fine waiting. Go bring it down here, and then it should rally after that. Because that I think that's a pretty significant level, right? Honestly, there is this fucking massive level down here. Weekly levels. They might take that. This is fucking Plankton singing right now. Sorry, I gotta cancel a meeting. That is not a time that I will be awake. 4 a.m. No chance. Do I read novels? No. If you're talking about like storybooks, no, never. Okay, I guess we're going for the level. They could take this too, honestly. But I'm gonna leave that because I don't mind being in this drawdown. We'll DCA here and see if we can get out. Oh, that was a really negative close, eh? Honestly, I think they might take this. This might be like a super. This is like this wick that I'm gonna. If I DCA here. If I DCA here, it's gonna be for the case of like a super wick. You know what I mean? Like what I'd like is just fucking stink bids here, right? I'd love a quick crash and then go up. Let's look at the Forex Factory. My heart. Trump speech today. No wonder it's going down. Every time Trump talks, it fucking crashes. It's all fucking manipulation, bro. Paper trading on TradingView? No, this is real money. This is US as well, so this is like whatever it is, like 13K Canadian or whatever it is. The issue with this broker is like you can only put I think one full NASDAQ contract costs like 35 grand Canadian. So you can't even trade the NASDAQ. You have to trade the micro. I should buy on this one though. I'll do that. Because I have to, you have to trade. So like honestly, depending on your margin, you have to trade differently. So I'm showing you right now here too. Is like I can take fucking like 15 contracts on Top Step, right? Full contracts, and that's fine because their margin requirements are ultra low, right? They're ultra high on Interactive Brokers, like fucking wildly high. Like I wouldn't, with 10 grand in the account, I can't buy three micros. You can only buy 2 micros. I think I need 11 grand for 3. Right? So like this is the maximum that I can trade with 10 grand in the account. Right? I think this account we've made a few grand on. It would be nice if they actually did take this level for the. But we'll have a stink bid down here. See if we can do it. We'll throw another one here too. Throw another one here, just in case. Boom. But yeah, we'll leave this one. I think good chance that could have been the bottom too. I got 10 minutes, boys, and then I gotta go. Yeah, 10 minutes. I got a meeting here. I had a friend, not a friend, I guess, but I had an old friend that I used to party with back when I was in my earlier 20s message me today. He's like, or I guess last night at like 4 a.m. or something. And he's like, hey man, you've been doing really well. I'm starting a family and I need some I need some advice. He's like, I don't want a handout, but I want to know how to make money, you know? Oh, I need to be able to support my family. And I'm like, the fuck? You should have thought about that 10 years ago, dude. You know? Like, there's so many people come into this and be like, teach me how to do what you do. Okay, you got 10 years? I've been doing this for 13. You got 10 years to spare? No, obviously not. Your kid's going to be fucking 11 by then. Like realistically, if you have the right guidance and support systems and mental checks, you could become reasonably profitable in a few years. It took me more because, one, I took a big break for quite a number of years. I think I actually started like fully trading like 8 years ago, not 13. But I got into crypto 13 years ago. And then I also was just a crazy lunatic, which made things a lot more difficult to have peace and be calm and have control, right? So that took me an extra few years, right? So I think realistically, 4 or 5 years, if you're somewhat stable already. I was not stable when I was 20, so you know what I mean? That's a nice rally back up. See if we can get a nice close there. This is what I love about the NASDAQ is like so many people get fucked because they trade from like, what are these called? Market structure, right? Like, okay, market structure broke down. Well, you're retarded because what you should be doing is failures, right? Look at this. Failure to enter that zone. Okay, so what do? Is they buy up the next level, right? These are the next levels down. They bottom up. They failed to enter those zones. So it means it's going to rally back up. I'm still bullish, but the person watching the 15-minute time frame is a retard because he's like, broke structure, right? So then they go short and watch them get raped here pretty soon. I think they're going to get raped. Like, you're going to get one fucking mega dildo candle here. And I was hoping that they'd wick it, but we can still leave this run, right? Fucking, we did add to this one, which is nice, 13K now. So we literally only need, what do we need? 35, I think? 34, 30.
Bling bling.
Bling bling, motherfucker! That's all we need now. Like, that's passing the challenge. It's unfortunate. I really like Project X. I really like Project X. This is a really cool platform to trade off of because it's got these nice tools. Project X is the best trading terminal, honestly. Fucking mega dildo. What did I say, boys? The people who trade structure, the people who trade the regular narrative are always wrong. And even if you do the opposite of the regular narrative, you're also always wrong. Isn't that crazy? Am I staying alone? Why? You gonna fucking come murder me? Yeah, I live alone. There's a problem with TradingView. Like, how do I set a stop loss on this? You know what I mean? It is the most retarded, idiotic. You know what I mean? Like, if I market enter, you can't put a stop loss or take profit. You know what I mean? You can only. You know what I'm saying? You can only close it. But what you can do is if you go, where's the trading thing? I don't even know where it is. I just click buy all the time. If you go here, right, limit, you can drag them, right? Modify order, or you can modify it, right? You can't modify this bitch, right? And then you could do market, right? Swing low is better than structure. Yeah, a lot of people trade structure and it really fucks them because you're late for the party always. Don't I have a blicky? Is a blicky a gun or is I do. A blicky's a gun, yeah? What was a blicky? I thought it was like a fucking a blinker. Blicky. What is that? Biscuit. Bicky. Wait. Blicky. No. Blicky. Blicky. Yeah. Pistol. Yeah. Let's listen to there's some songs named Blicky then. Let's listen to what those songs sound like. Blicky. Blicky. Is it because it makes it sound like blick blick? I wonder why. Let's listen to a song named Blicky. I don't know what it's going to sound like. Let's see. Oh god, this is terrible. Oh my god. Wow, terrible. This is the best one so far. Okay, these are terrible. Okay, I gotta go, boys. What to do today? Well, if this fails, then it could come down here. I mean, fucking, we already figured it out, okay, boys? You already know what's gonna happen. It could come here, but generally you want to be long, okay? Boom. It could come into this purple, okay? Our goal for the day is this blue, okay? You got the zones. That's it. All you need to look at is the zones and you're good to go. Have a good day, boys. I'm going to set this really small. There we go. Okay, yeah, have a good weekend, boys. I'm going to go camping, honestly. I'm going to camp this weekend. Maybe take some videos of cooking on the ocean. Go surfing or something. Might go surfing. Oh, we'll see. Okay, ciao.